Good day, viewers at home. You are welcome to Sport Update on AYOGEN TV, which is usually located at Akinja Gunla. It's another episode of Sport Update. It is Thursday again. We have Sport Update on AYOGEN TV. As I always say, always sit back to watch this Sport Update. You can always follow us on our YouTube, our Twitter, Facebook, every of our handles on social media as we give it to you back to back on happenings and around the sport. Open white card. Murray hits back at suggestions that he could reject Madrid white card opens. Andrew Murray said this after he plays his match yesterday, which he won. Now we're taking up to the Nigerian professional Premier League. Matches coming up yesterday is we have Kaduna United defeats 3 FC, the Shooting Star of Ibadan, by 3 goals to 1. That is a club I'm supporting. It was defeated by 3 goals to 1. And then we're taking it up to the international scenes. We've seen what happened yesterday against Chelsea, Arsenal. The game ended in 4-2 in favor of Arsenal. Arsenal is bid and making it up to the English Premier League top 4, same as Manchester United, same as Tottenham and every other clubs that are behind the top 3, which is Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea. Yesterday, Arsenal defeats Chelsea by 4 goals to 2 at their home turf, which is the Stamford Bridge. Here with me in studio is one of the analysts I have who will be discussing much about happening yesterday. Good evening, sir. You're welcome on board. Your name to the viewers at home.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sport Updates on AYOGEN TV. My name is Shewa Kiwumi.
And it's nice to have you on Sport Updates today. Yesterday, Chelsea were defeated by 4 goals to 0 at their home turf by Arsenal. It was an entertaining match which saw the 2 teams playing out. And in previous occasions, Chelsea and Arsenal has always been a London derby rival. Yesterday, what could you say happens to Chelsea at their home turf being defeated by 4 goals to 2?
About yesterday's match, Chelsea were the architects of their own failure. When I saw the lineup, seeing the kind of lineup to say that he gambled, and gambling with the lineup doesn't pay up for him, and we can see it at halftime. We can see he tried to shuffle some things because he knows he had already made some mistakes. Seeing the kind of Malangsa in the lineup, I don't know what he's doing there. Seeing the likes of Lukaku. There are some first team players. You don't use Arsenal to test run some players. That's the major thing. But seeing him gambling with his lineup, and we can see that he tried to shift things up in at the halftime, trying to substitute some players, bring in some players on tactics, because he knows he gambled. But then Arsenal is a kind of team that when they see Chelsea, they kind of, I don't know, it's been pushed up. So, and they know kind of, I don't know, Tuchel, he underrated Arsenal, and that backfired on him. So I see that just as a boost for Arsenal and Chelsea. I don't need the top 3, being the 3rd on the table, because I don't think they can meet up with the likes of Man City and Liverpool. So the lineup is
a lot of teams, these kind of players we have the likes. People are actually complaining that Chelsea, like you said, it was gambling. But what could have made world-class coach? We see what he's capable of during Real Madrid, Chelsea, second leg. See what he's capable. Why is it now that it is against Arsenal, which he needs to see his top and is gambling against Arsenal?
Back in the game against Madrid, what he has tried. See, playing against Madrid and you score 3 goals, then you are in a pole position to qualify to the next round. I believe even every Chelsea fans know outside that if it is a certain coach of theirs, I'm talking about the particular man named Mourinho, I believe after getting that 3rd goal, he should have bring in some players to defend the scoreline. But then instead he wanted to attack more and play his normal game, which is wrong. At least you go to Madrid home. I don't think any England team has scored 3 goals at the Potato Stadium, that is Santiago Bernabeu. But then, him scoring that goal, then was unable to defend this. Shows should I say the kind of person he is. Right now, he's a world-class coach, but then he needs to learn some things. And against Madrid, still shows and proves himself against Arsenal yesterday. Because I don't know, maybe because he just got to England quite not just long. I don't think a person like Mourinho or let me say Conte can try to use Arsenal to test run, knowing that match that is a London derby. Aside from maybe someone is going for top for qualifying for Champions League, I believe everyone knows that Arsenal is a London derby. You don't need to joke with it, no matter what. So I told you already he gambled and it backfired on him. So that's it.
Okay, it is quite unfortunate that I will see something like that yesterday. That a coach of the class of Thomas Tuchel could actually gamble with Arsenal when it is obvious, because we could see what they really are capable of doing back to back from their Crystal Palace, the Madrid. And people are complaining that this player, they are getting salaries the likes of Maguire, Cristiano. At least the coach should be making use of them. Now, yesterday the coach made use of them. Even Christensen was actually saying that he can perform absolutely better than what he displayed yesterday. Do you? This guy is actually performing less based on the fact that he has already signed for Barcelona.
Yes, I think he performed well. But you mentioned Malansa. I will start from him. Why don't you start Malansa against lesser teams? He played against Southampton, defeating them by 6-0. I believe those matches were matches to start those average players. You start your average players against average teams. Then when they are matured enough to play against big teams, then you put them in. You don't just bring Malansa from nowhere against Arsenal, knowing fully well what that match means to Arsenal. I didn't even Arsenal lose that match yesterday. They will be 60% off the top 4. So you know how important your match is. You know how important the derby is. You know how Premiership can be so very, frustrating and, very strange results. You ought to focus on your match and take every match serious. That's it.
Okay, let me quickly take us back to full result from the Nigerian Professional Premier League. Yesterday, Lobby Star defeated Gombe United 1. Like I said, my darling team, the Shooting Star Warriors were defeated by 3-1 by Kaduna United, and Niger Tornadoes defeat Rangers by 2-1. While Kwara United and Aba Warriors have played a 1-1 draw. Raymond Stars of Ogun defeat Dakada by 4-1. Let's take a look at some officials that have been made it to the Hall of Fames in England. We have the likes of Vieira, we have Ivan Wright, we have Zels, the former Manchester United goalkeeper, we have Paul Scholes, and just was also introduced to the Hall of Fames. I think Drogba deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, I wasn't surprised seeing him there, and seeing will be like an African representative there over there. You can see the likes of Thierry Henry from France, if I'm not mistaken, and some other Premier League players. The likes of Aguero, Vincent Company. I believe apart from bringing them into the Hall of Fame, they tend to represent their, should I say, continent now. So I don't think there's any African player in that Hall of Fame. And seeing Drogba there is very, should I say, is...
Okay. Today, Manchester City played out a 3-0 with Brighton. And we could see what even Liverpool is capable of doing. Now, should we say the Premier League is down to the two-man's club, which is Manchester City. And if any team should lose or probably play out a draw, it's going to be on the advantage of other. Now, Manchester City played 3-0. Do we still see them as a title contenders?
Yes, as we know, Premier League right now is a two-horse race, and I don't think the decider, let me say the winner of the Premier League, will be decided until the final game. I don't think there's just only 1 point between Man City and Liverpool right now, and seeing Liverpool, they are a very good team. They are ready to challenge for the title. They are ready to go. Same as Man City. Seeing Manchester City's lineup yesterday, this man is very serious. He put up all this. Feel like, okay, let me. Kudos to Brighton. A very tough time, which is very tough for them. So a slight mistake from them. So Man City pick up from their slight. Then a slight mistake. Guy Cucurella. I say there was a loose end. They have a loophole from passing through that loophole to score. They got the 3 goals. Good to them. But then Man City and Liverpool, I believe they all know the impact and what they know what it takes now to even win the league. When it is just only one in them, they fully know that every match is a final for them now.
Nobody's taking it lightly.
I'm telling you.
So like you said,
all matches is a final.
Yes.
So they play it with all their power, all their might, all their attacking threats, no gambling, resting of players, all available attacks, they play them. Just today there was Bernardo Silva on field, Gundogan, there was Maguire, there was everybody was fine.
I'm
telling you, even at half time when Guardiola was at 0-0 at half time, when they entered, they played well more than the first half.
So I'm telling you, Manchester United, despite after some months, always been the speculations from transfer rumor to Mauricio Pochettino coming on board, but finally Manchester United actually made announcements today that Erik ten Hag, the former, let me say, the present Ajax coach, will be joining Manchester United. And now that even Erik ten Hag has actually said a lot of things, that it's a great to be appointed manager of Manchester United, and he said he's hugely excited by the challenge ahead of him. But you know, football lovers, we've been seeing a lot of things that, okay, we shouldn't Erik ten Hag, because even Ralf Rangnick is known as a fantastic coach, is not doing exceptionally well, and even Manchester United have been trying to call up a number of players back on loan, in as much as they acquired of Hank. And you know the history of this great club, which is Manchester United, is a very good passions of the fans, and Erik ten Hag is absolutely determined to develop a team capable of delivering, which the club is known for. This place that, do you see Erik ten Hag as the best replacement to stop Manchester United?
Looking at Manchester United, I think they are really going for what they really need right now. I think they should have even tried to negotiate up with ten Hag before even getting Rangnick. I see ten Hag as a very good coach. We all see what he's doing with Ajax, what is capable of doing Ajax. And
actually lead Ajax to 2018 semi-final.
Yes. If you even watch, they played very well.
Fantastic.
Without even, the presence of Ronaldo, they don't even fear. They play, and they have very young players. So ten Hag is a very good coach. But then we are talking about England.
Exactly.
So we don't
somehow tense.
I'm telling you. So things are not always to be in England. So we have to be patient for this man. Let him come in. Let him bring his own philosophy. Let's see what he can do. And then if he needs to out some players, leave him, let him do his job. Exactly. Let him work he knows can do the job for him. And then after providing all this kind of thing, it's just like making him to settle down into England. And if I know Manchester United, they have the should I say financial prowess.
Exactly.
They can give him money to get all these kind of players. Yes, he feels in need. And I want to say something to the Glazer family, the Manchester United owner, that they should give this man time, and the more. That's what Jurgen Klopp did. That he flushed out some players and bring the type of players he wants to work
that was what Ralf Rangnick was saying the other time, that Jurgen Klopp has enough.
Yes, some 5-6 years, and even Guardiola came into Man City, then flushing the likes of Sergio Ramos and Gibraltar. all this,
and this Joe Hart.
The kind of players he wants to use. Look at what Man City, and I think they are even in England right now.
Presently, no one is ready to.
I'm telling you, even they are even signing their attacking players. 2 seasons ago, they sold Sané to Mayan to Bayern Munich. Now they sold the Torres to Barca again.
Exactly.
And they are
and
still.
And those guys are still doing exceptional.
I'm telling you, and they are still doing very well. So, Tengan, sometime, though Manchester United fans, they don't tend to give people, should I say, they don't wait for you. They are not Arsenal of today.
Who has a lot of patience.
Yes. I feel that is what it needs, because this man is coming from Ajax, high fly performing. But then England, he has to just try to acclimatize himself to the pace, to the prayer, to the kind of way. Look at what this guy of Chelsea is. When I said when he first played his first match, I think it's against Brighton, he said he has never seen defenders that are so tall,
exactly,
like that. So he was like, he felt it was like something that he was doing in Germany, scoring anyhow, just pacing through some players. But in England, it's not like that. I believe with time and the money and with his philosophy, he can perform well.
Okay, and now Hang has actually been requesting for a lot of players. He's asking from majority of his players from Ajax. Majority of some coach have been coming to a new club, bringing new players. We could see when Pep Guardiola left Barcelona, he brought in Thiago Alcantara to Bayern Munich. When Mauricio Sarri left Napoli, he brought Jorginho to Chelsea and the like. Do you think this kind of exercise is still
the exercise is reasonable, but then I think the first thing to do in Manchester United for him is to overhaul some players. There are some players there that they don't have the zeal, they don't have the passion to play for Manchester United again. Then you don't have to force them. The best thing you have to do is overhaul them by finding, should I say, a better team for them to play for. Then negotiate them by selling them. You don't have to you don't have to push too much price tag on them so that you can overhaul them. The like of Jones, the like of, I don't know, Bailey, all those players that are just bunked up there that they are not physically ready to play for Manchester United. Then bring in the type of players. Fine, he might want to bring in some players he wants to deal with, but then he can't bring all of them. Just have to find. I just feel like he needs 2 or 3 players.
What baffled me is that Tanang is known for bringing in of young players. Yeah. Now we have Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. We have the likes of all these players, Harry Maguire, all these big players. Do you think Tanang will accommodate them?
I don't think he can accommodate. He already said it sometimes. He said last week that Ronaldo will be the first to even leave. Yes, because if Ronaldo is in your team and you don't play around him, you don't play to him, the team can't move forward. That's it. So, and there are some players that are even becoming coaches. The case is this, and Ronaldo needs to be his type of players. I think Ronaldo is already regretting coming to Manchester United because that is not his plan. He said his first shall I say statement when it's time for Manchester United was that he came to this club to win trophies. Then we are about to end this season
without no
which trophies are we seeing in their cabinets, and they don't even, the top 4 is even shaking. So I think Ronaldo himself should find a better club to go. He should go back to his Portuguese club, and because he's already old to retire there. So Ten Hag should come in, bring his young players, his own philosophy, and let's see what he can do.
Okay, Sean is saying that Ten Hag should come to Manchester United, bring his own philosophy, and see what he's capable of doing. Let's go to the transfer window. We are still at Old Trafford, which is of Manchester United. Roman Balls, which is also is considering a move for his former player Nemanja Matic at Manchester United when this guy's contract runs out. Sean, do you think we still need the service of Nemanja Matic? Nemanja Matic that we know from Benfica, that we know from Chelsea, from the Nemanja Matic of Manchester United.
Yes. You're saying the philosophy of the type of coaches that have been past 3 to 2 to 3 seasons. We have now Ten Hag. What's this immediate past? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just left. I think they are coaches that don't, should I say, they don't even, okay, like, let me start from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't even have a particular formation, not to talk of having a particular plan for a particular player. Okay, look at Manchester. Guardiola doesn't have a striker and is playing with a forward, still doing the job. So, looking at Manchester United, when he first came in, this 2-2-2, 4-2-2, and which doesn't even Medjamatic to prove himself, considering his age too. But then for Mourinho, came back Medjamatic, I think he knows him very well. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what he can do. But then, with him being his former manager, and he performed very well under Mourinho. Coach, we all know that, and is playing blocking for. I think maybe he needs a blocking for right there, and he needs an experienced blocking for to last line for. Just need him for, should I say, for a long-term project. You just need him for 2-3 seasons, coupled with his age. I don't think we don't needed him for a long time. You just need him for some seasons, because I see him leaving Roma soon.
Okay, yesterday again the English Premier League, Newcastle, which defeated Crystal Palace by 1-0. Causes of goal from Amigo Laminore. Brilliant first half strikes. Newcastle, the assist win. Can we say this is another big turnaround for Newcastle? They've been acquired by these from Saudi Arabia. Is this another new turnaround for Newcastle United?
Newcastle United, I think who they are, they know where they are. Right now they have a new ownership, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are the richest right now. And we know the money is there. The money is there, but the facilities and they are not there. They want to be the Leicester City of today, that they can just come and try to the stunts. You understand? But then Newcastle, I think they still need 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Let me say maximum 5 seasons. Should I say, shape the team. They had a new owner. The new owner is ready to bring out money to buy players to spend. Yes, they need to start from their coaching cream. Bring in. You want or bring in big club. You understand? Generally an team right now, so they want to be a big team. Should I say very big coach? I don't know what Mourinho is even doing at Roma right now. He should have been castle coach, because I know they can fund him. They have the money to give him, because
bring him to England, and being an experienced coach.
Take them to where they are going to. So yesterday's win, just a very slim victory, but then is a very good strike from when I watched this, like
a 6 consecutive
win. So it's very good for them. Definitely very good for them. And then the set of players playing in Newcastle right now, if they should follow what I said, that they should find a very things that
will leave the club.
99% of players will leave the club, because they are a bunch of average players. So making this consecutive
to contend with the big clubs in the Premier League.
They have to have a very good players, then the coach, then the crew, the everything of the right now, because I believe the owner are just waiting for this season to end, so that they will know what to do,
just to come
things to spend, all these things. They have a whole lot of things to do, back and forth, in the front of the camera, backstage, everything. They have things to do. So, and I believe they can do it, but not next season, not the upcoming one.
Even Manchester City doesn't come up.
Yes.
Like we used to say.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Yesterday, Frank Lampard also make it with another draw. A Richarlison late equalizer ends Everton proved to be a pivotal point. Frank Lampard has always been with his new club Everton, and it was this same struggling that leads to his exit from Chelsea. Do you see Frank Lampard is just a catching up coach compared to what Lampard is doing in Aston Villa?
Frank Lampard, I think there are some players, they are better being players than coach. Frank Lampard is a very good player. He's a very good person as a player than being a coach right now. Compared to the likes of Steven Gerrard, he did well at Netherlands, and he's performing wonders in the League also. But when we talk about, I think he needs to learn more. There are players that needs to learn more. You know, okay. Let me cite an example. He shouldn't have even go to Chelsea at the first instance. He should have started with all this second sighting, all this.
He was coming up from Derby County.
He was coming up from Derby County, but he performed. He coached them for just a season before coming back to. I think that is not enough. So bringing a 10th as a coaching experience, he has, but not the coaching experience. So the time he spent at that. And people are saying, okay, Chelsea is a very big club, go to a lesser one. And
even a lesser
a club to Chelsea. But then, I think he's coaching Watford now. We will say, okay, Watford is even lesser team to Everton too. So I think Frank Lampard, with the way he's going, if he continue this kind of woeful result, I think
he'll have a dent on his CV.
Yes, aside that, they might want to sack him also.
Definitely.
Because they hire him to make them go forward now. The result is even getting worse than the person so they have to just, I don't know. He needs to go back to his drawing board, but I don't think he has anything to do. Because I watched that match yesterday. He doesn't have the ginger to make those players play
to his own taste.
So let him go to a lesser club and restart. He's still young in his coaching career. Let him go. Maybe he might start from League 2 self. Or go to all this Sheffield Wednesday, go and bring them and make things work out for them. So you know how to bring in your players. Look at what he did in Chelsea. He perfect transfer plan, brought in very good players.
He has that vision.
Very
but executed is the problem.
I'm telling you. Look at, is he not this in their bag? Club World Cup, all those things they've won. But then Lampard needs to. Yes, I'm telling you, and they might even win it. Nobody knows. The match is 50-50. So to Lampard, I think he should go back to his drawing board since he still has the Everton job at hand. But I don't see him keeping the job for long.
Exactly. Very well. Let's go back to transfer update. We have PSG are willing to part ways with our former Real Madrid captain, which is Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos has not been playing even ever. He has made his transfer and now the defender has struggled with injuries since joining from Real Madrid. I think injury has always been lately his playing time. Now, do you think it is a time for him to just call it a day on the football scene? You know, when they say when the ovation is loud, you actually have to quit the stage.
To Sergio Ramos, definitely everyone knows he's a defender, world class. I don't think we can mention top 3 defenders in the world without mentioning Ramos. And since he left Madrid, injuries has already dent, should I say. And I think this should go back to their medical staff. When Sergio Ramos very prone player in PSG right now. So I don't say PSG doesn't have good medical staffs, but then there are some say medical staffs that knows how to deal with some kind of players. As a team that is always all this injury, the lack of Rosicki, the lack of Ramsey, we share, and they are big, they can go 2-3 seasons without even playing. And we are saying, okay, coaching tactics or something like that. No, when they now, should I say, when I watched the documentation of Arsenal 3, 4, 5 years ago, there are a set of medical staff. It's not that they are not competent, but they don't have the to play to those kind of players.
It is obvious that when players get injured, they tend to take them to Italy, Spain.
Why don't you hire those doctors, those specialists to your own club, pay them, then let them directly on your players? Why flying them out to do?
It's another expenses
what you said, I could remember Alexis Sanchez when he was in injuries back then. He had to travel to Chile to go and treat himself. Exactly. I was like, Arsenal does.
What was their precise job there?
So apart from that, Sergio Ramos, apart from the injuries, Sergio Ramos did not acclimatize with France League. So that was what. He's still a very good player. I don't think he should hang any boots. He should just, if him because of his wage and all those other things, let them offload him too. I don't think there are teams in the world that don't want Sergio Ramos at their backline. There is no team in this world that wants Sergio Ramos. I don't think he's a flop. Even he's not having a player that's already mad his PSG career, but then if they want to offload him, they can offload him. He should still continue playing.
Okay, that's has always been a wonderful players from Real Madrid. And now Twitter is saying something. Is that pitch that we have here, it is not in our favor? Should something like this be coming out from the mouth of a good coach? Is actually their laws on the Chelsea pitch, which is their home turf. If their home turf is not in their favor and is favoring that means there is something else beneath it, which Thomas Tuchel is not making us to understand.
There is no what to say. I think he ran out of excuse. Doesn't know what to say. A person is not football oriented.
Yes, it is feasible for the blind
and he actually gambled yesterday. So this again, this is another evidence to prove yesterday that he gambled. Why would you say?
Actually reminds me of something that happens in a match. In a match between Chelsea and Arsenal, which Kante sleep, he said the lights from the Stamford Bridge actually dim into his face. I was like, the
light was that he has been playing for the past how many seasons?
So it was
I don't know. Your home, you are bad-mouthing your home. Would you say to other people's home then if you lose there? So this, and he ran out of. What he said is not worthy to say that to a team like Chelsea, saying their pitch was that it was the fact gambled and is on him. That's not an excuse.
Okay, another transfer update we have. Your talisman of Leicester set to leave this summer with Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United midfield signatures. Do you see any of these three clubs, Tottenham, Arsenal, or Manchester United, in your talisman? Your talisman
is a very good player, and I think I like the way he's trying to build up his career. He's young and agile. He's going from grass to grace, moving from. He's trying to his career by going to about Tottenham. We were talking about Arsenal. We were talking about Manchester United. We know those are big teams, and when we talk about Premier League. But then before a player can transfer to that team, I think there are so many factors we have to judge. Talisman should have to consider about the playing time of each team that want. Looking at those things, we're talking about Tottenham, we're talking about Manchester United, we're talking about Arsenal. I think Arsenal is the one that needs this. Arsenal has this midfield oriented players. I think before we always know Arsenal as a team that even try to breed midfielders. So if this guy wants to make his career Arsenal, not even maybe they are not playing the Champions League or I don't know Europa or Conference or anything, I think Arsenal will be suitable for your talisman.
Okay, on the line, what we have on the transfer update is Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone is interested in signing 21-year-old defender, which is William Saliba, after an impressive. William Saliba is presently on loan at Marseille and Simeone interest. Young leave Marseille for Atletico is always a home base defensive structures, because we can see what they are capable of doing against Manchester City. And when we know that Manchester City is a full force attacking team and they actually cage Manchester's performance, they were able to hedge out with Atletico Madrid. Now, William Saliba, Diego Simeone is showing in England. With William Saliba, what will be your advice to him?
My advice to is to go back to his parents' club, Arsenal. Arsenal loaned him out to Arsenal bought him in, then they loaned him back to his club. And when his loan should I say when his loan spell expired, he came back to Arsenal thinking he would enter first 11 with the likes of Gabriel Maguire and the likes of Rob Holding. But then I think he doesn't play well to Arteta's taste. Arteta has to loan him, go and learn again. And now he's having a very good performance at his club, which is bringing him to the limelight by being young, agile, still ready to learn, can very much improve. I think he needs to go back to Arsenal and try to secure first 11, back to a new club again. You are in a loan spell in this particular club, and loan spell are for players to improve, right? So if you improve, you are impressing your Arsenal for Saliba's case. I think we try to go back to Arsenal and prove a point to them that he can secure, should I say, a spot there in the back line. Because I don't see Gabriel at the back line is fumbling sometimes. Odin. I don't think. I think if Saliba's with, if he tries to play well, come back to he can bench all those players with his work ethics. If he has a very good rapport with them. I know he doesn't have a good rapport with Arteta. Arteta doesn't even play him in those single matches. So aside from not performing to the level of expectation, I think he needs to raise up his game, play exactly the way you played well when you are loaned away. Then play exactly like that in your parents' club. Then your parents' club will find a team for you, not trying to go to a new club again. I think Atletico Madrid has a very good defender. I don't think he can bench any Atletico Madrid's defenders. If he's able to go there right now, you will have to sit down in the bench waiting for time to come. But going back to Arsenal is a more preferable option for him.
Okay, I still want us to discuss something in Manchester United, Old Trafford, before we leave for the last transfer hub. The club captain, Harry Maguire, actually has received a lot of threats from people to bomb his house. Despite being the captain of the club, people are actually complaining about his performance with the club. Let me just say, the England police is always on it. The last transfer which made his Barcelona set for a busy week to renew the contract of Ronaldo, Araujo, Gavi, and Sergio Roberto. Xavi Hernandez is making a turnaround at Barcelona, right, coming up in the second half of the season. Ashil, do you see giving all these a renewal of their contract, even committed Barcelona?
Yes, I commend. First, I wanted to thank Xavi for what he's been doing since the arrival of. And Xavi is trying to do what was done to him, to other players too. That means giving young opportunity and time to showcase their talent. Was what I think Frank Rijkaard did to them, the likes of Xavi, the likes of Iniesta, the likes of Sergio Busquets. They are so young and they were given time to showcase their talents. I think giving them time and so they come to motivate them that you are young and you can play for Barcelona also. Because your coach, was also young and played for Barcelona. So trying to replicate what was done to him to this kind of players I want those players to make it as a motivation to them to play even more well. So it's a very good thing for Xavi, and kudos to him to what he has been doing. I think next season Barca will be up and running.
Okay, even Eric Tanang is saying something that's actually making people to be happy that the next Manchester derby